Okay, how about now? Now we should have it. All right. Man, Streamlabs. The fuck. Okay, so as I was saying before, I'd hoped that this was going to work because it doesn't actually have any terrain clipping through that excuse me. There's no terrain clipping through the structure right there, but unfortunately that's just not working out. Not sure why. I really need to remember to write up a Zendesk on this because it should not be happening. And thanks for coming back over, Spock and Zesty and Atlas Galacticus, Krusty, Zesty. Did I already say Zesty? Andre. Thanks all. I really appreciate you guys coming back. I have so many problems, and I completely would understand if you got no patience. Often I have no patience, so I get it. Once again, we're gonna check out building on this water feature. If you didn't check earlier, if you weren't here earlier, I was talking about hanging out with APG this morning, and he was working with that new boundary purple light thingy. Can't remember the name of it right now. Could probably look in here and it would tell me. The anomaly seal, that thing. So and he made just he's building this phenomenal just sight to behold. I definitely recommend you go and check him out. If someone could drop his link in there, just exclamation APG, I would appreciate that. And you've got to check out his last stream. I joined him for part of it, and we talked about building. We made a couple of videos and took a bunch of pictures that you can see in APG's Discord. And yeah, so he gave me the idea to use a couple of new parts, or that one new part as a part of a water feature. So you can see right here I've got a couple of the lathes underneath the terrain there, and you can see the top of one of them right there, and it's putting out that sort of reddish smoke. But I want to add to it a little bit. We're going to play around with some more colors of smoke. It's only red right now because of the angle of the sun. You can see it's already changed, and it's kind of a bluish, slightly grayish color. Easing in quietly so I don't startle YouTube. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta, when you got it, you got it. Double tap. That's that's how it goes. Andre, you want your money back? Oh wait. Yeah, there's APG's link right there. So let's play around a little bit more. I'm going to hop up in here, so when the storm comes, it's not going to affect this so much. We won't get affected by the storms because this didn't work. I'll go ahead and get that out of the way, because that was literally only there to potentially protect from the storm, which it didn't do. So, like I said earlier, in case you weren't here, again, I also have flying fartfish. that I want to try out because it gives a blue smoke effect. The weird thing is that it's really high up above the Wonder projector itself, so the fish flights it floats up pretty high, and then the blue cloud is even higher. Keeping it low key, double tap. You got to do what you got to do. All right, so we're going to climb inside the terrain, and how we're going to do that is, so I'm over there in the box, and so I need to put terrain between me and the box where I am. In camera mode, this just works in, not camera mode, sorry, in the build camera mode. And so we go underneath the terrain, and then we disengage. Oh, I did it too slow. But we disengage the camera, and then we re-engage it. And you got to do it pretty quick sometimes. There we go. Now we're inside the terrain. And sometimes we have to mess around with it a little bit to get between the layers, especially when we're talking about these floating islands. So we're going to, I think we're going to need a little bit more height on there. I'm going to put another wall, grab this floor, put another floor over there, because that's kind of the area that we are going to put smoke under, and we need a base for the Wonder projector. And we might need to lower that whole thing. We'll just see what we see as we move along through this. Alright, we've got the Wonder projector. And I have to remember where these were sitting so I can figure out where these need to be put. Okay, this is outside. So I need to go this way, actually. All right. Let's delete that for now. Put these floors over here. And you can look and see where this wall lines up with up above. So we need to make sure to come over this way to put things. And we've got this hex plate bush right there. So we need to also work around that. And sometimes that's just the way it is with building. There's all these different stacks of objects, and might need to dip underneath to come up around the back. Let's see if we can get a little bit more over. Sometimes these structures over here are quite the maze to navigate. Okay. And we're still in the same place. Okay. So I might need to redo this. And maneuver the build camera around another direction to get at the other side of this. There we go. That's a little bit better. So we need to be in this area right there is where we need the blue effect to come up. And that's kind of right underneath this tree here, this hex plate bush. I'd hate to have to come back That would really suck if I had to like pull that out in order to do this. But hey, we might just need to do that. Okay. Let's grab our wonder projector. And all of this is like guesstimating because there's so many layers in here that I'm not sure where it's going to sit. And here is another hard part. Since the wonder projector is here, I just realized that I'm going to need to build down here under the terrain. Oh, damn it. I'm going to need to build a short-range teleporter. And I totally spaced that. And I was going to have to go down underneath there for the wonder projector. So let's build this one here for now. And then we'll wrap around the back side like we did before. Atlas says, so the good news is I finally got 4 bug heads for my character from 4 Vile Queen boss fights. It may have took a little longer, but I finally got it. Hell yeah, Atlas, that's awesome. Nicely done. Okay. I've got base power turned on as free, so... Damn it. Keep hitting the wrong button. Since we're going to go in the underground anyway, let's go ahead and climb out of the hovel. There we go. Alright, now we are under the terrain, and I can come over here and select the wonder. And it is this one right here. How did I end up in here? Why did it launch me over here? That's weird. It just shot me straight up through the terrain. That's funny. Okay. But is it actually working? Oh wow, I slipped down there. I didn't think there was enough room for me to do that. Okay. Oh, damn it. Fell straight out. Okay, I'm not seeing the... Okay, there's the effect. It's really subtle back there. It's that blue fog. Yeah, okay. Alright. So over here we've got the fog from the lathe, like I was mentioning before. And then over here we've got the blue fog coming in. Ever so subtly, but it's coming in. So now what I want to do is try that new part. Oh, that's weird. There's now a boundary here that I can't cross. Oh, I'm on the other side. Like, if I'm coming in over there, then I can walk along that edge to here. But there's a boundary that's pushing me off to the side that way. That's why I fell out earlier. Weird. Welcome to No Man's Sky, everyone. Okay, let's see. If we stick it right here. Let's see what this does. All right, we'll just go around. So there's a little bit of an effect coming through. It's too far off to the side, I think, to be. Oh, and there's the fart fish over there. Okay, so we've got to move the fart fish a bit. And we might need to try to clip through the terrain in a different spot. Alright, let's select that again. Try to squeeze back through here. Okay, we can see. We can see that object. I can't reach it with my. Oh, there we go. Need to get it on the other side of that rock right there. Which means we need to get around to the other side and approach it from the other direction. Let's see if this got us to where we want. This is really rough trying to build in some of these floating islands. It really depends on what you're trying to do and if you're trying to do something as ridiculous as what I'm trying to do. So I need to get inside that pillar or close to it. No, wait, that's not the right spot. This is the right spot. Let's see if we can slide it in here. Okay, can we reach it from this spot though? That's the hex plate bush. Man, trying to know. There it is. Stabilize the local boundary. Alright, let's go back up top to see. If it's worked. Kind of hard to tell with this storm. Looks like it's really subtle. Let's get rid of some of this. Can't really see the effect. There's the smoke from the fart fish, which is telling me that it's still in the wrong area. However, It's given us it will be a nice effect once I get it in the right spot. But I gotta say that this is getting a little bit frustrating for me right now, trying to build in here, and I might need to hyper focus on that at a different time where I can rip out a bunch of that stuff and then put it back in. So I think what we're going to do is switch gears and go to another base. Between the storm and how difficult it is to build in that pocket and then trying to stream at the same time, it's a little bit rough on my brain. So what we're going to do, if I can get the terminus to acknowledge my existence, we're going to hop over to another build where I have a setup ready to go. In fact, I set it up just a bit before starting the stream today. Hey Delta One, how's it going? Glad you could make it in. We've had lots of issues today as per usual. After rebooting my laptop, that seemed to clear everything out. And we are back at it. Krusty is a boss, Zesty. You are right. You're so sleep deprived right now, it's not funny. Help is appreciated. Oh, you're still doing great, Krusty. I appreciate you greatly. Alright, so I don't know if you saw this before, but I've made this little short-range teleporter booth, and that takes us to my settlement across to that island over there. And the whole island is just this settlement. And that little mountaintop right there. And it's just on this island all by itself, and it's the coolest freaking settlement I've ever seen. And I've seen a lot of settlements. And there's sentinels there, and I'm not going to mess with them right now. So what we've come back to do over here is work on what I started setting up earlier, and that is a drusosphere, or a drusosphere, however you want to say it. Yep, gotta love the streaming issues there, Delta. I seem to collect them, like, handily. I've got well more than my share, and I could take a break anytime from them. That'd be great. So what we've got here is the drusosphere, and I'm about to, let's see, do I still have the link saved? No, I don't have the link saved. Let me get to that in just 1 second. Hey there, Delta Creator. Welcome in. Greetings. I hope you're doing well today. I am trying to find a link really quickly. Where the hell is it? I just watched it like 20 minutes. Oh, yeah, here it is again. Copy link. And there we go. Dropping it in right now. And if you go to that link from drusosphere, you will learn how to build this basis for a 26-sided sphere. And we're gonna just play around with this and see where it goes. And we're gonna do sort of a kaleidoscope dome sort of thing. And this is kind of how you just, after you get the Drucifer, you're going to come and put these blocks all together. And we're going to make sort of what I want to go for here is like a kaleidoscopic dome. And I've used this before on, I don't know if you're familiar with my giant spider build. Queen Arachnia is the name of the base. And so I use this technique for the body of the spider. And built a sphere for its abdomen. Some of these are kind of difficult to get just in the right place. And we're probably not even going to use these very much. The ones pointing downward. But I'm going to stick them on here anyway, just so I can get a... Wait, what? I'm out of ferrite dust. How the hell am I out of ferrite dust? That's ridiculous. How am I out of ferrite dust? I do not understand that at all. Well, I guess I'm out of ferrite dust. What the hell? Let's do... what refines to... Does anybody know what refines back to ferrite? Does magnetized ferrite go back to ferrite, or does I think magnetized ferrite goes to chromatic metal. You'll eventually, Delta Creator, eventually you will find one. There are some parameters to look for when you're checking out the galaxy map. If you let's just do that real quick. I can show you that in just 1 second. All right, my ship is over here. So we go up into space, and then you hit the galaxy map. And then you have to have your scanners on, your economy and conflict scanners. Okay, you don't, well, I guess you don't have to have your conflict scanner on. I apparently do not have mine on. Let me remedy that real quick. Hopefully I have a Walker brain on me. Yep, there we go. Right. Okay. So, as you're looking around at the stars to travel to, make sure your menu is open and you can see everything. Right underneath where the region is, where it says Lidconk Terminus, you'll see a string of numbers and letters, and then whether or not it has water. First off, you are going to want to, if you want a really beautiful place with water, you're going to want to make sure that it says water. The other thing is, see where the F8P is? If you look at F8P, that is going to tell you the spectral class. And what that means is where on the spectrum of conditions that a paradise planet might sit. What you're going to look for is for it to say F is really the best. There are other letters that mean other things. There's a G, there's an O. F is better conditions for a paradise that isn't altered by massive chromatic distortions. And again, it's just the possibility. It's not going to guarantee that you're going to get a paradise that looks exactly the way you want to. You might be in a system with water, but the paradise planet still might not have water. And so the where that number in between the F and the P, that number, you want that number to be between like a 5 and an 8 in order to find a paradise planet. To have better odds at finding a paradise planet that meets the criteria that you're looking for. That said, a paradise planet that's just absolutely gorgeous with water can still occur in those other places. It's just a lot more rare to be in that 0 to 4 area or in that 9 area. Even in the 8, it's a little rarer. 5 to 7 is generally the golden spot. And that's kind of what you want to look for. To better understand the entirety of the spectral class of stars, what you're going to want to do is go over to the No Man's Sky fandom site. So it's fandom.com, and then look up No Man's Sky, or you can just do a search on No Man's Sky fandom. You should bring up the link, and then from there you can do a search on spectral class. And you can also put that into the original search terms of your search engine, and sometimes it'll do right and you'll get the link. Other times you have to dig around for it anyway. So that'll give you a little bit more details if you want to deep dive into learning what the spectral class means. And so that's one of the things you can do. So now that we've done that, we're going to head back down, and I'm going to call in one of my other ships. Okay, thanks for that intro, Andre, that information. I'm going to fly back down. I think I've got some more in my other ships. If not, we're going to have to mine a little bit. Or I might just flip it over to creative if I'm just not feeling like doing that. All right. Let me call in a couple of other ships that might have some ferrite in there. Let's try Blueberry Supreme ship. Just 100, but I'll take that. You are very welcome, Delta Creator. That should really narrow things down for you when it comes to searching. And like I said, it's not guaranteed, but it will better your chances. Okay, let's scroll through these ships. Nope. Let's try the Whispering Falcon. Just 23. Okay, this is getting sad real quick. But hey, you get to check out a couple of my ships. At least until it gets dark, which is imminent. Alright, let's see if Echo has it. There we go. There we go. 4,900. That's what I'm talking about. I knew one of my ships had the goods. Alright, I'm going to... Oops. Build a little platform up here. Oh, why is it? Oh, right. Let's just build an alloy floor. Just want a better angle so you guys can see when I'm not in build camera what's going on. And we'll just continue on as we were before. We should have... Come on. It is not cooperating right now. Alright, what I might need to do is do a little... I think I remember this happening before on my spider build. I have to go in and do a universal adjacency glitch to get the squares in the middle right. I believe I had to do the same thing on the spider. It's been a long time. But it's what we're doing and it's working, so there's that. We just keep rotating these around. And we'll have our sphere in theoretically no time. Okay, Andre, we'll see you in a bit. I've made bases on a few planets that are discovered by me. Oh, cool. Delta Creator. I bet that that new laptop is really making things easier. I can tell you from experience that those lags are terrible. And I tell you, my laptop used to be just off the wall amazing until I upgraded to Windows 11. And I'm pretty sure it screwed up a bunch of things, and it's just never been the same since. And it's quite annoying that that's the case. So now we're just going to extend the sphere out. Doesn't look like much of a sphere right now, but once we start adding parts, then it'll really start to take shape. So I'm just going around and adding 4 to each one of these. Oops. And then we'll play around with it from there and see where we want to take it. Come on. There we go. I tried Expedition a few minutes ago and died 8 times, then gave up. Well, you know, it's like that sometimes. It's like that sometimes. I thought that there might be a way to make it a little bit easier, like a slightly easier mode, but I might be mistaken on that. One thing I can say is that if you don't get it now, don't sweat it. They should have it on the Redux around the holidays, and we'll get to redo them again. So you'll have a little bit more experience going in. It'll be a little bit easier. Plus, they tend to make the Redux easier to complete in less time and less difficult. So you might that might be the better route to try to take with it. And we're just continuing on. There are so many to add. I think we're just going to do these lateral ones. We might do the other ones later. I think I have a different idea for those. All right, last string of 4. If we can get this, it's always that last set that's the most difficult to place in there, right? All right, and now you can see it's a little bit easier to see what we're doing, what we've got to work with. So from here you can do stuff like, and this is what I did on the spider base, if you have seen that. Where am I? Okay, here we are. Holographic chart projector. And like other things, we're going to do the adjacency glitch. And we got to put that in our cache. Oh, I fell off. I forgot I was not in build camera. In the extracted camera mode. Alright, so we're going to copy that top one, adjacency glitch, and we've got that. And then we cache it again. Oh no. Okay, I forgot. I should be, instead of doing that, what I should be doing, let's cache this again. And I should be grabbing the pyramid. There we go. That's the ticket. Kind of hard to see it in the dark over here. Put another one right there. Oops. And so you can see where this idea of the sphere kind of takes shape. But that one is not quite sitting at the right height. Ah, that's what I did. Gonna delete that, put one more up there, get rid of that, cache. There. Now you can see how the sphere can take shape from there. And it's just a matter of adding those, adding whatever you would like. It kind of fills in that space and just makes the sphere complete. So since I've already done a project like this, I'm going to go ahead and delete these off of here. Just wanted to show you like one of the fastest, easiest ways to understand what we're talking about. So I'm going to go and try to find a part that is giving us that look. I was hoping that this was going to be that I would have that I would do this, and I might build another structure, but I wanted the main structure to be kind of closer to the settlement. Over here on the just on the top of that island, or that lump right there, that dark grayish lump, is the edge of the electromagnetic field, which is out in the water. And maybe I'll build a sphere over above the water over there, using the electromagnetic generators gives a really wonderful glow. But the ability to do that, you have to be pretty close to the electromagnetic source in order to pull that off. So we won't be able to use those in this sphere over here. All right. Sometimes I just like to mess around and just try a piece that I know I'm probably not gonna like in that place, just to see what it does. Just gotta be curious about this. Oh, I gotta rotate that one. man. It was not rotating properly, I don't think. It is not rotating. Let's see what we can do. Let's try a cube. Alright, gotta clear that cache out again. Sometimes it kind of remembers the thing that you don't want it to remember. Dang it. That one is just not working either. Let's see if that works. There we go. Now we're talking. Now I know what I need to do. This could actually be interesting for some builds, honestly. Like, try using a pipe dash. They don't need rotating. Oh! Okay. Thanks, DG, and welcome in. Glad you could make it. So, just like a regular pipe. All right. So, are you talking about using this as my switch part? Is it going to sit there? Come on. There it goes. Like that? Oh, it's attaching to the one underneath it? Is that right? Oh, there it goes. I do that frequently, lurking while house cleaning. Yes, I get that. All right. Cache that part. If this is what you're going to talk about. Hey, that worked. This is not the direction I had intended on going, but it's really interesting, and I might use it for something else. Let me see if I've got this in here. Let's see if that works. I think I've got you in the system. If not, there it is. Oh, but it didn't drop your link. Didn't drop your link. That's hilarious. I'll have to fix that. All right. There you go. There's the link for DG Squared. Makes some great videos and just all around great guy. So hop on over there and give a subscribe if you want some really cool content. bit of builder's hush going on right now. This is looking interesting, actually. Not sure what I would do with it yet. But it could be interesting at a base. I mean, look at that. That's pretty cool. The right kind of build, and that would look awesome. I want to see what it looks like on the inside. All those barrels. All right. That's worth taking a picture of to save for later. Oh, look, it looks like little eyes. Oh, could this be like the basis of another spider? Those little eyes. And then it looks like there's two eyes back here, and then I could make something else that looks like eyes around the front, around the sides, I think, or on the top. That could be pretty cool. That'd be a trippy little spider. Okay. Since that's not what I had in mind, I'm going to go ahead and kick that out. Just drop these off. And dig around for another part that might look good here. Want something kind of big. That spans that whole area. Some of these might be fun as accent parts. Drucifer did one with these pieces right here, and that looked super cool, but I'm not going to do that since he's already done it. What do these sails look like? Not quite what I'm looking for. Do you want a dome of domes? That would be hilarious. Create a dome of domes. What I think we might do is find an interesting part and then just make a larger version of it. And for that, we might want to come over to the rounded flat timber roof. And just place it right there. And then we'll expand it out larger. It might be too large. You know what, I'm gonna try it without making it larger. We'll see how well how well it overlaps. Not overlapping very much at all, so we want to bridge that gap a bit. One of the ways we can do that is by building a little wire. We'll build it up here where I'm at. Hey Rev, how's it going, man? Glad you could drop by. Alright, so what I like to use is the floral containment 3. And it can size up on its own. Rotate it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to wire mode, pull out the wire, and for PlayStation that's the triangle button, and for Xbox I believe it's the A button. It's that top button on the right side where your right thumb is. And so you hit that button and then you'll get just the wire, and if you pull the trigger you stretch that out into a line, but I have messed that up here, so I gotta start over. And there we go, delete that. yeah, the streaming is looking better than part 1. I just rebooted my laptop. I think it came down to I think it was because I updated Java today, and I reloaded my laptop once, but I guess I needed to do it again. It didn't quite reset it well enough. But now we're good. Mostly. So let's try this again. So we'll go to the toggle wire, pull the trigger, slide over, and then do the toggle wire again. And then that gives us our container, and we increase the size. I'm kind of guessing at what size I need, so we're going to try that size. And what we're going to do here, this is one of the ways you can do a sizing glitch. And we'll delete these roof tiles. And we'll go back to our build menu, come over here, grab the rounded flat timber glass roof. Hey, Dead Parrot, welcome in. Good to see you. For those who don't know, Dead Parrot is a fellow No Man's High citizen. We've been building things in groups for a long time, building community, and just trying to be good people in the greater No Man's Sky community. Alright, what color do we want to go with? Let's go a slightly contrasting color. Let's go for that bluish color. Might be nice for now. We can always change it later. And for those of you looking at all that color selection and going, what the hell's going on? I am running a mod right now that gives me that color palette. Most of those are going to work and be seen by other players, but this is like everything from this one right here, the teal and pink. This bottom stuff is freighter colors, everything from that all the way up to the traditional colors right there. Those will all be seen by anybody in the game. everything from the double black all the way down here to cherry blossom, none of those can be seen unless you have the mod. So I stay away from those colors and just stick to the ones that I know everyone can see. So we've got our color, and now we're going to do like we did the before with the universal adjacency glitch. We're going to do toggle wire, and what is that button? I forget what it is, but it's going to be the left button on your right hand, and I'm not sure what it is on your keyboard. One of these days I'll remember to write that down so I have it with me. So we're going to cache that, and you see we've got our concentric square cursor, and we're going to hover over the wire and copy that. That is R1, and then we'll come over here and we will hand place that. We want to try to get it in the center of that square, and then we want to rotate this around and try to get it as level as possible. Sometimes it takes a bit of dinking around with it. I think that's about it. And now we've got that. And I think we made it a little too large. Yeah, we made it too large. So we got to start over with our wire. Come back to the floral containment. And we'll draw out the wire like we did before. Switch back. And we'll make it a little bit larger, but not as large as we did previously. And now you can tell by looking, you can see the end of the wires a little bit smaller. And that might give us what we need. Come back over to the rounded rooftop. Got to remember which one you're dealing with. All right, Delta Creator, good to see you in the chat. We'll catch you next time. And welcome in Shock and Awe. How's it going today? All right. We are back at trying to line this up just right. There we go. I think that's going to be it. I think that's about the right size. What we'll do now is do another one. Cache that just like we did before. Got to remember which one you're dealing with. And it's not always that easy to get this lined up, especially when like a point down below wants to grab your wire point. You got to keep moving around the camera so you get in just the right place. Center it as best you can. The good thing is you're probably going to get it not perfect. But the majority of the time, when you're making a larger object than is normally, and it's normally, you know, much smaller, you can't get it perfectly lined up. And you can see there's a slight angle on probably this one right here. But generally that's okay. It's not going to be that big of a deal. You know, sometimes you might want to rearrange it. It wouldn't hurt if I got it just a little bit larger so these are touching and making it even easier to get away with not a perfect angle. And when you're looking at the whole object from the distance, you're really not going to see that slight little angle. You're going to know it's there, and it might bug the hell out of you, but no one else is really going to know that it's there. Unless if they're nitpicking, they're not really looking at your building anyway. Hold on, just need to get a little drink of water. All right, and I'm back. So let's try this again. Come down to this level. And we've got a nice consistent gap around there, and you can see the smaller one wants to line up. And you can actually use that that connector point to add things to it. Like I can come back here and add some short walls, and that will close in the gap, and it'll give it a little more interesting look. And I'll show you what that looks like real quick. Come over to the alloy structure for that. We'll grab the small alloy wall. And then you can add to underneath it. Like that and like that. So then delete that. And then you've got something that fills in that gap. And if you want to take it to the end, then you'll just grab this shorter version. That's coming out a little bit, but there's ways around that as well. What we can do is come in here, pull that short wall back out, put it up there. And we'll copy that, bring it up, delete the bottom one, copy it again, cache it. Oh, nope, did that in the wrong order. We want to cache the short wall. And then we go for the small wall. It takes a couple tries sometimes. There we go. And so we've got this short alloy wall right there. And then you can get another one and then go in the other direction as well. And so that gets closer to that edge right there. So that's how you, one of the ways you can close up that gap if you've got a gap in a structure like this. all you'll ever see now is that angle shock. Yeah, I'm better than I used to be. I used to get really, really hung up on that, and I would waste so much time doing that, like correcting it and trying to get it perfect. And I forget, a couple of different people told me, I can't remember who it was, might have been Enra, might have been J-Slacks, and they're just like, dude, no one is, if they're looking at that, you did not do a good enough job with your build. If they're looking at that kind of detail, you need to go back to the drawing board for your build. So yeah, word to the wise there. All right, we'll continue around. adding more panels, and we get to see if we like how these cross over as well. Spin that around. Sometimes I like to flip it around so I'm looking at it a little more dead on. And you often get stuck when that panel gets placed, so you gotta get out of your build camera mode. All right, let's continue on. Oh, that's not what I wanted to happen. It's not supposed to make a wire. I must have done something not quite right. When you don't cache your item properly, you'll end up getting a wire instead of the desired part. And there's that same little gap, so we know we're doing really well with these. So the ones on this tier overlap, and then the ones on the bottom tier, if we were to use those, would also overlap. And I should have just enough room down here to make a little entrance. If not, I might need to play with that and do something different for the entrance. We will see as we move along. But let's continue on with the sphere. Where's our wire? Oh, there it is. Kind of hard to see with all these bubbles. Oh. Grab the wrong one. I'm just going to delete that one since it's not right. And if you are into the Streamlabs games, those are active right now. They should be active. You should have access to slots and heist. I think those are the two that I have. You can try other ones, but I think those are the two that I have. There's the heist. It is working. That's good. That is good. And hopefully it won't take me too much longer to get the rest of these on here. This is where it gets a little bit on the tedious side sometimes when you're working on a build like this. Let's just take a second. Just look at that sunrise. Just look at that. I was so happy when I came back to this planet after Worlds dropped and I saw all of this. Just incredible. And while this island was there where the settlement is, the island was always there. All of this was underwater. The water level here dropped. Like every now and then, like I think the tops of these kind of poked out a little bit. But for the most part, this was all water. Then there were the islands back there, and it was a bioluminescent grass planet before, but it was green and it kind of looked average. It was not the greatest, but I'm so incredibly happy at this for this planet. I've got the glare for the sun obscuring the center point lines on there, so we're going to skip that one for now till the sun moves direction a little bit. No one's... Oh, Shock survived the heist. Oh wait, did I? Need to grab that. Ah, did not cache it properly. Might not have even cached it at all. Okay. Spin that around. Sometimes if you move away fast enough, you can get, not caught inside of the base part that you're dropping there. I mean, it also helps if you're like away from it a little bit, but that makes it harder to line it up exactly the way you want it to line it up. Yeah, I'm so happy that we got that new purple glowy base part. It's exciting. APG's done some really great stuff with it already. I was hanging out with him in chat earlier today on stream, and oh, incredible. What he's been working on is incredible. You've got to see it. Thank you for dropping that in there, Zesty. I appreciate that. Oh man, did not cache properly. Should probably build another wire. Closer, so I don't have to keep coming back so far. In fact, I will do that after dropping this one. But yeah, if you go and check out APG's most recent couple of streams, you'll see the thing that he's been working on. I'm not gonna just try to describe it because it's to try to describe it is a fool's errand, and it's better to just experience it. All right, gonna copy. We'll come back up and we're going to copy this wire. And it will copy it exactly that same size. And we can bring it down here closer to where we're working. And it's just that simple. Just copy it and drop it right there. Get rid of that light floor. All right, what did I do? I did something wrong. There we go. Finally taking shape. All right, I don't know if that's enough room for some kind of entrance. We might have to delete one of these and make some kind of grand entrance that will be interesting. All right, I just want to start that over. Sometimes I forget where I'm at in the process. It's easier to just start over than to be flat out wrong. It's less time. Sometimes everything looks askew. Help me, I'm stuck. Okay. Got what? 2 more to go. Yeah, 2 more to go. And then we can start playing around more with stuff that's a little more interesting than this. I think I'm going to go ahead and leave this one off just for ease of being able to get in and out of the structure. All right. Looks kind of like a baseball. Interestingly enough. I'm going to change those colors though. Forgot to do that earlier. Watchers hush. Yep. Part of my builder's hush is just builder's hush, but another part is the NipNip. I'll tell you that. All right, now we've got this. We've got this little sphere going. And like I said before, this sphere structure comes from Drucifer. And Oh man, I can't remember what. I don't know if I have him in my system or not. Or if I saved it. But I think you might. Let me see if we can scroll up. There's APG, DG. Let's see, what else do we have? Okay, that's Delta, Action, Pants Gaming again. Andre. Okay, yeah, let me get that link real quick. Looking for Drucifer. And Drucifer has tons of other tutorial videos. Incredible builder, great content creator. Let me get his link real quick. There we go. And that is the link to his page, and then you can find the video to this tutorial. You're looking for the 26-sided sphere. That is the tutorial that you want for this. Oh, Zesty, you're celebrating officially finishing your 5-month program today. What is your program? And congratulations. All right. So this is going to be a test. I don't know if this is going to work or not. Okay, I can access that to delete it later. So what I'm going to do here is extend that out to. Then I'm going to delete that one. Then I'm going to go into the menu here and look for that new base part. There it is, the anomaly seal. And just like other items before, we're going to cache that. We're going to grab the pyramid, copy that, and then we're going to stick it right in between and drop that in there. Now, let's come down. And start that off. Let's go to night to see what that looks like. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. Got a nice glow. It distorts other objects around it. And it just looks freaking cool. This is one of the best parts ever in my estimation. Just incredible. It has great color. It has this color distortion that you can see. And it distorts the colors of light around it. So it's bending that white light that's lining the inside of that roof piece. And so it's adding depth and movement to the whole thing. And it's just freaking cool. So we've got that in there. And basically what we're going to be doing is just sort of making a kaleidoscopic dome. And I'm going to go ahead and put a couple more cubes on each one of these. And then so I can delete some of the internal cubes just to make it easier to maneuver around the inside while we're working. And this will set us up nicely for dropping that part in to each one of those windows. And the great thing about this is that it's a fantastic technique to just bring all of the parts, all of the base parts alive in new ways. There are literally millions of iterations of combining parts and resizing them and glitching them together. And it's what allows there to be so many different building styles and so many different types of structures when builders go wild. It's really pretty limitless when it comes to all the things that you can do. So we're going to drop this back, just like I said before, to make it easier to maneuver around in here, and we can always lengthen it back out as needed. And you can contort the different configurations to place parts in different directions and angles. Oh, I needed that. That one needs to stay. And I can show you what I mean by that in a bit after getting rid of a bunch of these. Okay, I need to leave 2 at each one. Almost there. Alright, so now we've got it all cleared out and we can work better. One of the things I'll need over here, put a couple of pyramids down. That way it's easy to access from multiple angles. So I can, so we've got this cube right here. All right, let's actually do it down here. I think that'll work better for what I want to show. And let's pick a part that looks interesting, maybe even gives off a little bit of light. Let's see here. Let's just do a light fissure for example's sake. So we'll cache that just like we have with other things today. And so instead of putting it on this side, which I'll go ahead and show you if it will cooperate. So that drops it in that direction. What you can then do is instead of that way, you can put it on the side and you can have them cutting through going the opposite direction. And so that just ends up giving you lots of other options for design. And it's easy to think of it in terms of, oh, it just goes out in one direction, comes back in that direction, and it just adds extra to just take it off to the side and sort of go, just kind of go off the normal pattern. So that's one thing you can do. So what we're gonna do is, okay, yeah, we're gonna do like we did over here, which means we'll go ahead and delete that. And we'll look to see what several of those look like together. You know, you're disappointed in the boundary seal device. You know, it's for me, it's mostly like fantastic. The thing, my gripe about it is that other people can't see it if I turn it on, and I actually have to go turn it on. And if there's a whole bunch of them, I have to fly up and turn every single one of them on. And so would anyone who comes to visit. And that is kind of a pain in the ass. That's my gripe about it. All right. So we're going to come up here, grab the anomaly seal, cache it, try that again, grab the pyramid, and we'll just continue that around. Like, I feel like it should just be on. When you place it, it should just be on. Okay. Oh yeah, Dead Parrot, I read that earlier. I hadn't had a chance to respond yet. Dead Parrot managed to get his pirate freighter, the anomaly, and an NPC fleet all merged together in one glob of objects. I can only imagine what it was like to try to navigate through all of that. And that I definitely want to give that a shot. I've just been super busy. Okay, that didn't work. Okay, let's try this again. Oh, I know. Derp. The pyramid always works so much better. And then, like, you can turn this object and just all you have to do is glitch different lighted objects or whatever, just smaller ones. You know, larger always goes on the outside and smaller on the inside, and you can make this little glowing, writhing ball if you want to add something like the excuse me, like the little dancing yellow squid part or stuff like that. You can do really fun things with the center sphere. Okay, had to get a drink of water again. Okay, where's the next one? Did I already do all of those? Oh, there's this one. Let's delete the rest of these out. But before I start adding more, actually I'll add a couple more and then turn a bunch of them on. No, that's actually a fairly good amount of them. See if I can reach. Well, not a bad idea to save point, but not what I was looking for. That's one way to do it. So now you got this wild looking field of purple that to me is just amazing. And let's try to finish the rest of that out. Just like before. Oh, come on. Okay, it's not cooperating. Sometimes if you think too much about how you're pressing the buttons, then it won't go right. So the trick is to not think about it while you're trying to think about it. Takes a little bit. Can be a little frustrating to do this at times, but it is so worth it. There we go. Let's see, how many do we have left? Got 4 left, it looks like. Try this again. Two more to go. All right. Turn all of them on. Okay, we got these up here to turn on. Oops. Ended up on top. Good thing we have jetpacks in this game. This would be way maybe not worth it. Will I be going back and removing the cubes? Yeah, eventually I will remove the cubes. But they will help me to add other parts as I decide to. I can extend it out in a way so it's not interfering with what I've got going on. And then I can just use that to add more parts later if I need to. I can just extend it out and then bring it back in as necessary, because I'll be adding a bunch more parts to this. All right, let's I wish it was not day and just turning into night, but at least we have this view that we can look at. And this gives you an idea of what it looks like when it's just moving all on its own. All of those little distortions and color waves, I freaking love this. Overall, I would say it's a fantastic part. And it's the kind of part that I've been wanting this whole time. It's got a lot of movement, it's got a lot of color, and that color is purple. I've been wanting more purple in the game. It just has a really, really nice effect. So that gives you an idea of what can be done with that new part, and we'll definitely come back. Yeah, Dead Parrot, that's the boundary seal. Yeah, you're chatting in the right place. What other place would you be chatting? But yeah, so we've got our sphere started out, and then I'll add more parts. We'll add different colors and just kind of play with it to see where it goes. And we may keep those glass parts there. We might not. It might just, we'll just see. We'll just figure it out as we go. And look at how that just fits into the terrain. And then I can add more colors and it'll kind of separate it out at the same time that it kind of goes into it. It'll be really nice. But I think that's where we're going to end it for today. We did a pretty decent amount. Once we got going, we got going well, and we're on the right path, I would say. So yeah, if you are interested in first, if you need a lift to any galaxy in the universe, Star Cabs is your place. Pangalactic Star Cabs. If you want to join up with the No Man's High Discord, or if you want to join up with my Discord, the Devil's Orbital Platform, the links to all of those are in the description of this video. And yeah, so I think we'll call it that